Hello!
Hi.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Brad.
And we are Audio Shelf.
I cannot wait to talk about this book.
I am so excited.
It's one of our most anticipated reads of 2020. Cinderella is Dead by Kalynn Bayron.
It's beautiful, right? We got Cinderella and we got Cinderella.
I was like, you mean Dead Cinderella? That's not Cinderella.
No, this is Sophia.
That's Sophia.
Our main character.
Yes.
So tell them what Cinderella is dead. I beat you.
I know, you did.
I don't have to tell it and stumble over it. You have to.
So Cinderella's Dead is published by Bloomsbury Publishing, and it's about a young girl who wants to escape the patriarchy. She has realized that men have been in charge way too long, and they're forcing women to succumb to these manly, disgusting rituals such as the big ball. And at this big ball, unfortunately they don't have big balls, but at this big ball
what do they do? What do they do with these big balls?
They basically get these
sell it.
I just keep seeing balls. Okay, so they get these women and they say they can be old men, young men, it doesn't really matter, but once a woman turns 18,
no, 16.
16?
Yeah, Sophia's 16.
Oh my gosh. So they can basically marry these women. You gotta pick them. It's they handpick these women. You never know what you're gonna get. You can get a woman beater. You can get a really nice guy, but that's really usually how it happens.
You could get a man that takes 3 wives and then kills them all.
Yes, just because he wants more.
Yes. Greedy man.
So Sophia wants to get out. But the twist is, Sophia don't even like men.
No, she doesn't. She is in love with her best friend, Aaron, who we have thoughts on, but we're still doing the synopsis here.
Yes.
So
she wants to escape with Aaron, but Aaron's like,
no, I ain't going. I'm doing what my family needs me to do. I'm going to stay. I'm going to get married to a man.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah. But yeah, so Cinderella is kind of this person that is desired. All the young women want to be like Cinderella, find her Prince Charming. But 200 years ago, Cinderella, they didn't know the true story behind Cinderella and the prince.
Yep.
And they're going to find it out.
Yes. So that is what Sophia is adventuring for. She escapes. She's on the search for the real story of Cinderella and bringing down the patriarchy that is King Manfred.
Oh my gosh.
And so that's where our story really takes off, is in this adventure part. It really starts off very, very strong. You get a sense for who Sophia is right from the beginning. You understand a little bit of Aaron, but you hate her so much. She doesn't love Sophia.
No, I think she loves the idea of Sophia.
Yes. She loves the idea, but she doesn't love the person. Mm-hmm. And so her whole thing is that she's basically she's not verbally abusive in the same way that the men are, but she's psychological mind games.
Mm-hmm. There's also this touch of internal homophobia.
Yes.
That Aaron has going on.
Yes.
We get it. You feel different than other girls, but do we have to lash out on Sophia, who is out and proud?
Yes. So when Sophia escapes, she goes into Cinderella's Mausoleum, which is a really, really cool part. You kind of see the glass slippers a little bit. You get a little bit of that Cinderella magic, what she was like 200 years ago. You really get to see the Cinderella aspect of it, and it's really, really cool.
So cool.
For me, I loved the writing that Kalynn did for this retelling. Mm-hmm. It was phenomenal.
It was different than just a normal retelling. It was definitely a continuation of the story, but it made you think about the original story of Cinderella in a whole new light. And I think that's the best part about this type of retelling, is it's not just reiterating the same stuff you already know. However, Kalynn does a great job with talking about those other things, but kind of abolishing them.
Yeah.
The glass slippers. We all thought glass slippers were gorgeous and amazing, and we all wanted them. And Kalynn's just glass slippers are dangerous.
If she fell and she broke that glass slipper, she would have glass all in her feet. What sense does that make? It doesn't.
Exactly.
Literally a part in there that Kalynn is those are a safety hazard. And it's funny. The story is funny in certain different parts of it. But then it's also very serious and parallels the world that we are in right now, which is why I kind of like consider this a little bit of magical realism. Like, even though it's based in a kingdom and you feel like it is fairy tale, fantasy, like all the way, it has the overarching message of bringing down the patriarchy and these tyrannical leaders. And that's something that we can see in our world today.
Yeah.
And are trying to end today. So it's very much magical realism to me. While in the mausoleum with Cinderella and her body, she meets Constance, who is another young female who she's never seen her about the village because Constance lives in hiding constantly. So she is actually, Constance is the descendant of one of Cinderella's evil stepsisters, Gabrielle. So Constance takes her into hiding and they start their plan for how to bring down King Manfred and his tribe of goony men who are gross and sweaty and fat.
Yes. Now, another character that Kalynn kind of flips on its heel a little bit is the fairy godmother character, Amina. Whoa.
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 Ho, whoa.
One of the best depictions of a character, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because you don't know if she's good. You don't know if she's bad. You don't know if she's old. You don't know if she's a woman. Actually,
That's
you do.
True. I mean,
you do.
You kind of, you get that. Yeah. But she is fantastic. And her and Constance have some of the best dialogue I have seen between two characters that absolutely despise each other, but still realize that they kind of need each other to get by and carry out the plan.
I think they both respect each other on this certain level. But the sarcasm, the sharpness. Oh, it's so fun to just enjoy and read.
Oh, it's so genuine. Now, there is something in this book that like annoyed me, which is totally just... I don't know why it annoyed me so much. It probably should not have, but it did. I talked about it in my Goodreads review, which is 15 pages long.
I know. You're like,
so, I apologize. However, the flow of the book at a certain point kind of hits a little like pothole in there. Immediately after Sophia escapes the castle, she goes back home, she talks to her parents, and her parents' house is like under guard. So she has to kind of sneak in. Her parents are like, no, you got to get out of here. So she sneaks back out and she goes and she finds Constance. This all happens within a 24-hour period of her escaping the ball. Like, she is Marseille's. Is that how you pronounce it? Marseille's?
Yeah, I think Marseille's.
Most wanted person. Everything is still hot off the presses. Like, you can put your face to the paper and feel the warmth because they are literally hunting her. And this search just started. So they are like rampant in their search. But Constance decides that they need to go back into town for supplies. Doesn't give Sophia the option of staying behind because, you know, she's wanted and they're going to kill her if they find her, make an example of her. None of that. She's just like, here you go. Let's Victoria this. And let's go into town and you pretend that you're a man. Even though... you have played the part of a 16-year-old female your entire life, have never even worn pants or made your voice deeper.
She gets caught real quick, though.
She gets caught so fast. And it kind of hung me up because I was like, why, if Constance is like this hidden person, she's smart, she knows the dangers, why is she taking Sophia into town? But then when you get into town, there is an event that happens. There's a couple events that happen that make you realize that Kalynn had a plan for Sophia being in the village, but it just kind of seemed like she had the plan of what was going to happen in the village before she figured out how Sophia was going to get to the village. So like the way she got to the village was just kind of like pieced together a little bit. But that's really my only complaint.
But you're such a smart reader because when I was reading it, I was just like, oh, yeah. Oh, we going back there. Okay, yes. It didn't even faze me.
It probably will not faze anyone.
But until you explained to me, I was just like, it was only 24 hours.
So short. It was so short.
But then later in the book, she acknowledges it's been weeks. So I think the time frame of when things were happening could have been tweaked a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a little bit. But still, the events that happened when she was in town, it made sense as to why Sophia needed to be there. This book is from Sophia's point of view. Sophia had to witness these things in order to tell us about them.
Yes.
So she needed to be there to witness King Manfred's just diabolical disgustingness.
And that twist, I don't understand how anyone can say that this was predictable.
So that is one of the problems with not the book, but with the reviews, is that people are calling it predictable.
Why? I don't understand. I could not predict this.
No. So at a certain point, you kind of can predict the magic that's being used. However, there's a whole nother twist in there.
There's like 2 other twists.
There's like 2 other twists. It is a Twizzler.
Yes.
You don't know what is actually happening. You don't know what is up, what is down, and you don't know who's exploding and who is actually surviving. It's fantastic. It's a great twist. And it comes with a wrap-up that is solid, and you feel that there's real change capable of happening in this kingdom.
Yes. Sorry, you lost me a little bit because I was thinking about Twizzlers.
It's bound to happen.
It's bound to happen.
Can you imagine if I had Twizzlers, you could use it as a straw?
Oh my God, I love that. I love that. People don't use Twizzlers as straws enough.
Yes. Whatever happened to the good old days? They're dead.
Just like Cinderella.
Yep.
So another review that I did not understand was someone said that it was very insta-love-ish. And insta-love is when a character meets another character and they fall in love like really super quick. For me, that was not the case. Yes, I mean, Sophia has Aaron, and we learn over time that they've kind of like built this relationship together. So that's not really insta-love that we're talking about. But we're talking about another character that Sophia meets. And I think that it's very gradual and it's very well done because we have Sophia in the back of her mind half the time saying, but I really love Aaron though. Like, I don't understand why I'm having these feelings for this other person when I have feelings for Aaron. And so that's not insta-love for me. That's like cognitive dissonance in a way.
Ooh, look at you.
Sorry, I'm psychology.
Yeah. Put on your work badge. Oh my God. I agree. It was one of those things where, one, Sophia's young. So she hasn't had the experience of relationships. She's only had Aaron. And it's been hidden and in secret. And so when she meets Constance, she has an instant attraction to her. But it is one that she questions.
Yeah.
But it's also one that I enjoy, and I'm not really that into insta-love. So, like, it was shocking to me that I didn't have a problem with how Sophia was feeling towards Constance so quickly. But then I started thinking about it, and I started thinking, like, she's young, and Aaron is probably the worst girlfriend that she could have ever had.
Oh, yeah.
If she even was a girlfriend. We don't know if they even considered each other girlfriend and girlfriend,
I mean, the town knew about it, but they was all hush-hush.
Yeah, and we don't know, like, what they actually considered themselves, what labels they put on their relationship. Were they still just best friends from childhood, or were they just best friends that kissed every once in a while, or were they lovers?
Yeah,
like,
and I definitely think Sophia thought more of it. There was this unrequited love in a way.
Yes.
Because Aaron, even though she did acknowledge, like, I have feelings for you too, but they're not as strong as yours.
Yes.
So.
And it's very good on Sophia there's a certain point where she recognizes that how Aaron treated her was not right and it wasn't appropriate. And even though Aaron was feeling like some sort of way, it just wasn't how she should have expressed herself to Sophia. She was just very mean and very rude throughout every single scene that we got with Aaron. So I think Sophia moving on to Constance, it made sense.
Yeah.
It 100% made sense.
And I love how Kalynn wrapped it up.
Yes.
And we're not going to give anything away, but just know that I think she does it in a way that is real and very relatable.
So this is definitely a shelf for me. I think I know it's going to be a shelf for you.
It's going to be a shelf. It's going to be a shelf. We actually just bought the UK version. That's how much it's a shelf.
We're going to share custody of the UK version book, which we'll flash it up here on the screen, because that is such a beautiful cover. I mean, this one's beautiful too. I love the colors and everything like this, and we love the illustrative cover of it. But the UK...
Can we just talk about the covers real quick? Can UK and the US get on the same page? Get it? Because it's a book.
You got jokes.
I know. But seriously, that UK cover is the best.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Oh, it is.
This is a beautiful cover.
It's beautiful.
UK definitely destroyed us.
Oh, yeah. And they always do. So if you know why the UK-US covers are always different, please put it in the comments down below.
Let us know.
Or tweet us.
Yes.
We are on our various social medias. We are on Twitter at AudioShelfMe, Instagram at AudioShelfMe, and Facebook at AudioShelf. We're very interested in talking about that topic. And also, let us know if you have read Cinderella's Dead and what you thought of Cinderella is Dead.
And so if you like this video, please check us out more and give us some likes and hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Until next time.
Bye.